This video is on the Harbor Freight Stormcat 900 700 running watt portable generator. The reason I'm doing this video is I've actually had 4 of these. 3 that I opened, one that out of frustration I took back before I found out about a model number change, and I decided to give it another go. Apparently I'm a glutton for punishment because I'm just obsessed with having one of these work because they're only, I think I paid $88.88 before tax for these little generators. So I'm thinking, if you can have a sub $90 generator that would run just a few things in a power outage or just to wag along to use, that would be great. But again, the older model, which was model number 60338, I just had too many problems with. The first one, it started cutting out after about an hour of running. It also leaked at the spark plug base, which was the larger problem that led me to the frustration with taking back the 4th one, because all 3 of the ones that I opened had a leak at the spark plug base, which I'll get to in a minute. But I just want to cover that if you're even considering one of these, when you go into the store, you want to look at the model number on the box. And this 69381 is a newer model of this generator. You're going to see in the stores a lot of the older 60338. I would avoid those like a plague, just my opinion. But again, I bought 4, I opened 3, all 3 had a huge problem of leaking at the spark plug base, as well as some other problems, but that was a biggie. So I'm doing this video to let you know that there is a newer model number, and that's what you might want to look for if you look to buy this generator. Now, let's, aside from the model number, I've already taken this out of the box, but I want to look at the boxing. Give me just a second to move this. We're going to look, if you buy the 60338, when you open the box, the foam is put together vertically, so you actually have to turn the box over and slide the foam out of the box to get to the generator. Well, in this new 69381 model, it's more proper packaging, the way you would think that it should be. You open it up, I'll put these instructions off to the side. You slide out foam that's joined horizontally, and you could get to your generator. Now, if you're not a person that likes to keep up with model numbers, and you have bought one or got one for Christmas, what have you, because this is just a few days after Christmas, actually it's New Year's Eve, but you can notice real easy when you get taking the generator out, you can see that the generator would come out without having to slide the box upside down out, but you're also going to notice the accessory pack that comes in the old generator model. This handle here is just slipped down into a little groove in the foam, and then there's an accessory pack with the screws that comes in the instruction manual package. And then you have a spark plug wrench, just a basic. It's actually longer than this and has a little longer chrome handle. But in this 69381 model, you actually get this nice little canvas. Well, I mean, it's Harbor Freight, so it's cheaply made, but it's a little canvas baggie. And in that baggie, you actually get something that's not included in the other one, which is a cheap little screwdriver, 2-sided, Phillips on one head, one side flat on the other. Wouldn't even use this thing, it's kind of junk, but it's nice that something's included. But you also get this shorter spark plug wrench, when it's used with this shorter little handle, is important because the spark plug is the big thing that I'm going to get to in this video. And as a matter of fact, let me get this box out of the way. We'll get this generator back over. And we'll go over some of the things that you'll notice, or that I noticed, about this new 69381 model. The first of which is kind of OCD about visual things, so it's the sticker quality. The stickers are all roughly straight, but this was, I think, a white border on the 60338. Now I've got a gray, but it feels a little thicker. This sticker, I don't even remember being on the 60338. It is on the 69381, and it could have been on the other, I just didn't notice it. But this was crooked on all the others. Matter of fact, on one of them it was put on upside down. the start was over here, which is actually the run. This is your choke on the start side. It was upside down, so just to give you an idea of the quality control that went into the 60338. But the big difference, oh, and also on this, there's actually a strainer that's under this. I took it out just a second ago, and a little fill cup that snaps into this cap. But on the 60338, this gasket is really thin, and none of them sealed. I mean, it would just, any bump would, or movement would slosh out gas. On this 69381, the gasket's pretty thick. It actually seals up. I don't have any splashing around. There's actually paint. It's painted right down to the lip there. That was just all raw and just barely overspray on the 60338. The 69381's a lot better, at least attention to detail there on the painting. The paint seems to be a little thicker. It's nice, but also you're going to see these little gaskets or grommets underneath this this handle. Again, included in the 69381 model, not even existed in the 60338 packaging. So again, smaller attentions to detail. But let's get to the mechanical part, which is why you buy the generator, not for things to look at. This is the difference, and the reason that I'm hoping that this 69381 model is actually going to turn out to work. If so, I'm going to be thrilled. But in the 60338 model, the spark plug base, the port, is poorly manufactured. Matter of fact, on one of the ones, you could actually see the poor manufacturing, and I mean, you would just feel around. It felt like you were running your finger over a file when you had the plug out and you touched near the spark plug port. But this, I don't know why they changed the plug, but if it just to correlate with the difference in manufacture. But this is actually looks a little more raised, that spark plug port, but it seems to be manufactured well, because I've ran this little generator for a 5-minute run with no load, and then I ran a 200-watt box fan for an hour so far, and not a bit of blowout there on that spark plug port, which all three of the previous ones, I mean, within minutes, they would be blowing out oil. Which, if any of you know anything about two-stroke engines, which I'm a Vespa freak, so that's actually not a two-stroke, but I've had plenty of Vespa two-strokes, and you know, an air leak, which is what you're going to get anytime you've got oil coming out, is that'll be the death of a little two-stroke engine in not a lot amount of time. So, but not only is that port better manufactured, but that different plug, and that's, I want to cover this. This is an F as in Foxtrot 6 TC torch plug. The 60338, the earlier models, came with an F5 TC. Now I mention that because if you look on the internet and you see people talking about this generator, one of the first things that they tell you is that you need to replace the plug because this plug is junk, or the plugs that come with them is junk, are junk. These little torch plugs may be true. I'm actually running this one with the plug that came in it just to see how it went, but so far so good. But at any rate, they tell you to run an Autolite 65. Well, that is true if you have the older 60338. However, if you run the new, and this is what you want to buy if you're going to buy one of these, the 69381, the newer model, the one that I think has better quality control and so far has worked an hour where the others didn't. Again, the 69381, it takes a different plug. It takes an F6 TC, which is a different temperature range plug, which correlates, according to Autolite's online lookup, to an Autolite 63 plug, not the 65. So don't buy and finally get one that's got a good 69381 that may or may not last, and then burn it up by putting the wrong plug in it. So just keep that in mind, and that's another reason that I'm doing this video. But just to kind of recap, this is the 69381 Harbor Freight Stormcat 900 generator, 700 running watts. The first one of the, well, now 5 that I've had, but well, I should say 4 because one I returned unopened before I found out about the model number change. This generator so far has lasted for an hour. I'm going to keep doing videos. I'm going to try to run this for about an hour a day before I go into work with different loads, all staying within the under 75 under 75% load within the first 25 hours to try to get this thing fully broken in, get it working, and see how long these little things last. Because so far, this model number 69381 appears to last where the 60338 didn't. So again, if you're considering buying one of these, walk through the store, you're going to see a lot of 60338s, and then mixed in with them, you're going to see some 69381. Again, 69381. That's what you're going to want to pick, because I mean, just all over quality. Stickers, the seal on the fuel cap, the spark plug boot, which now on that 60338, now this one isn't going to win any awards, but on the 60338, it was just this flimsy. It's going to pull up. There's a coil in here that goes onto your spark plug, and then there's two little wires that pinch into this cable, this spark plug cable here, and this thing holds it into place. Well, this is pretty thick. Seems like it'd be a decent little quality. As a matter of fact, you can even see, I don't know if the light you can see, but there's some little heat shielding that wasn't on the 60338. It's just all these little things make this much better thought out, engineered, put together, what have you. And also on this muffler. This is on the 60338, I had leaking all around these seams. I mean, within just minutes of running. This hasn't leaked. It seems to be a little better put together. I don't think the design's different. This heat shield might be just a hair different, but it's clearly a little more thought out, a little more put together. So again, if you're gonna buy this Stormcat 900 from Harbor Freight, it would be my recommendation that you do not buy the 60338, that you buy the 69381, because I can, in my opinion, in my experience, that 60338 is going to be nothing but heartache and wasted money for you. You're going to end up returning it. So, you know, if you want to go to Harbor Freight a lot, it might be an excuse to go in and out a lot, but I would prefer to visit when I want to, not because I need to. So again, if you're going to buy the Stormcat, buy that 69381, and remember that that spark plug is different. It's the Autolite 63, not the Autolite 65, which the earlier models used. Thanks and good luck, and I will be updating these videos and see how this thing lasts.